who's available for the next game and, further down the road.
Bobby's in concussion protocols?
Yes.
Can you update us on Ryan playing with him this week?
Yeah, so he threw yesterday. That was kind of the start of their throwing progression after so many days off. And it seemed like it went well. I mean, it's not like he's out there throwing 60-yard throws. I mean, they have a progression, how they want to do it. But they said it was a good first step, and he felt good. So that's a positive.
How are your two tackles doing?
I'm not really sure quite yet. I gotta kind of get with those guys and see where we're at. I mean, rest is always going to be good for those guys. So this week came about the right time.
And with Ryan, do you think he'll throw every day, every other day? What's their plan?
Yeah, there's a good schedule they got planned out for, the amount of time they can work this week. So we'll just progress through and then see where we're at next Wednesday.
Adam, it seems as if the one consistently positive area each week has been special teams. Can you talk a little bit about that and the factor they played Sunday and in general?
Yeah, that was a big point of emphasis for this game. Was we had to get something going there. We needed some kind of, whether it be a turnover, return. We needed some kind of steal the possession type moment. We had more than one. We just didn't take advantage of it. And it was close to being played out the way that we wanted to. We just didn't execute in the red zone, and we need to find a way to score a touchdown in the red zone, and then we need to find a way to either get one or two stops with the defense and hold them to a field goal. And then at least we're in a position at the end of the game to where it's either us or them with the ball at the end of the game trying to win it.
I'm sorry, and generally in special teams this year, what you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the one area that we've stayed healthy, where we got our guys that are our core guys are healthy and playing.
How much does the bye help, particularly with the time?
Well, we haven't had one in 2 years, so it's great.
Or with the timing?
No, I mean, I don't even know if we'd have enough for 46 this week. So it's probably the right time. It's a long grinding season, and we wanted a late bye. I'd rather have it now than week 4. So I mean, I got no complaints about that. We just wish we would have stayed a little healthier leading up to this, but this gives us a chance to the guys that were kind of banged up to where they probably wouldn't have played this week. Now we got a shot to get more guys ready to go for the next one.
With the injuries, there's the obvious, you lose guys, but also you just been through so much uncertainty, like with the tackles this past week. Can you just talk about that and the degree to which you're handcuffed because you can't even plan?
Well, we have a general idea of how we can get to certain things. I mean, the way that the system is set up to where it's just a quick change in the protection of, all right, hey, we want to slide this way, or we want to do this kind of, these 3 got these 4, or these 3 got these 2, however we have it set up. And so we can make adjustments, up to the game, within the game, if something happened. So our guys have done a good job of handling those type of adjustments. It's a lot easier when you don't have to do that, when you can actually go into the game and what you think is going to be Wednesday ends up happening on Sunday. We haven't really had a whole bunch of those. It just seems something always comes up.
I know this is football, but the level of injuries that you guys have had this season is on a very high level. Have you looked at maybe need to be doing something different from a training staff standpoint, or?
We've looked at everything, because it would be one thing if we were having like all these soft tissue injuries. I mean, we're having like season-ending type injuries and it's always on game days. So I think a lot of it's almost across the league, where every week you see big name players going down, and I don't know if we've really been hit any harder than anybody else. It feels like it to us because we're here every day, and it's for me it's our team. So it's affecting like us directly. So I don't know if it's any different anywhere else. It feels like it is, but it's probably not. It's just, I wish I had an answer for you, because some of these are just unexplainable. Like when a guy gets tackled and jacks his shoulder up, like how do you prevent that?
What
Adam,
did it take?
of the four fill-in offensive linemen, obviously Travis has been doing it for a while. Have you gotten a sense yet from tape who among that group played particularly well among Jake and the two tackles?
Those guys did a good job up front. I mean, they executed a lot of things in the run game very well. I thought for the most part the pass protection when it was tight and it was more of a run-pass balance, those guys did a good job of getting those guys covered up. I thought there was a few times where, it looked like I was worried that Zach maybe got beat by Clay, and he did a great job of pushing him around the quarterback. I mean, I thought those guys did a pretty good job of kind of getting thrown in there and, having to work together where that five really hasn't done a whole bunch together.
Adam, what did the tape tell you about the hit on Bobby McCain?
I mean, I just know that it wasn't good for him, and there's nothing we can do about it. We'd rather that not happen. We'd rather not lose a guy.
What's your thought process on how you're approaching this week with the players?
They're done. They're gone for the week.
Is that part of it because of all the injuries, or is that?
I mean, we played 10 games.
6 games to go, you're in the mix. What needs to change?
I think it's really for us, it's get healthy as much as we can. And if we can find a way to kind of clean up our red area stuff on offense, eliminate the explosive plays on defense. I know that sounds like a broken record, but that's what this season's about is can we get those type of things fixed to give ourselves a chance that week to win? And it becomes a one-game season. I mean, there's certain teams where we know that have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the pack, but right now the only thing that's really been eliminated for us is an undefeated season. Everything else is on the table. I mean, other teams are having a lot of the same issues we are, and it's really who can pull it together this last 6 games and find a way to get in.
With the run game philosophy, did you get the right mix with Kenyon in there?
I mean, I don't know. It's never going to be perfect. We're trying to get those two guys in there, get them as many touches as we can. Frank's doing a good job keeping us ahead of the sticks. I think Kenyon does a good job of bringing us to that element that he could take it to the distance anytime. I'm trying to find ways to get him the ball where he can get space. Some of the outside zone stuff, he gets to the edge, but if we miss one guy on the second level, he's dealing with some traffic issues there. So we're trying to find ways to just get him the ball to where it's like him and one or two other guys in space to where if he can split them or he makes a guy miss, then maybe we got a chance for a big play.
And with Ryan, is your understanding, I know you paid attention to the medical stuff, but is your understanding that he can throw softly this week and practice next week and be ready to go for a game on Sunday?
Right now, it's such a one, because what we went through the last whatever weeks where it's like some soreness one time, they're trying to get it to where every day we're not getting him saying, I'm having pain. It's like the progression of when we hit Wednesday, hopefully we can get it to where now they're saying, hey, let him practice. This is where you need to keep the throws at. Or they just say, hey, let him go. He'll be all right. That's what I'm just waiting for, kind of those directives from those guys. And if we can get through this week and he feels great every day, then we got a shot.
With the throws, you're talking about a pitch count for the week of practice.
I think it's a pitch count, distance. I mean, there's a lot of factors going involved. It's just like what they're doing right now. It's like, all right, hey, don't throw any balls over 15 yards. Don't throw any over 20, 25. So, I mean, it's going to be a progression. I mean, he didn't throw a ball there for a while. So, I mean, we got to be careful because it's going to have to be a build-up from that.
Do you have any idea about how much distance he had on his throwing session? Let's go, please.
Adam,
I'm sure you'll find out.
another one of your favorite topics, I'm sure, but you weren't asked about Rashad yesterday. Was that a difficult decision for you? What were the factors that you considered in going the route you did?
That's what I told him that I wanted to do, and he didn't have anything to say, and we moved on. I told him after this is done, we're done with it. We're moving on.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.